Hello, my name is Shantae Fletcher, and today I'll be talking about why I believe that African Americans should receive slavery reparations. Why should Black people receive reparations? It's a question that has been repeated for centuries. For approximately 250 years, human ownership and sale as property, known as chattel slavery, was lawful in the United States. Generations have struggled to handle the complex legacy that the cruel institution left behind. After watching countless documentaries on slavery, on how it started, and how it's a never ending battle that we continue to struggle with today, and living as an African American woman, witnessing the police brutality and injustice, is why I believe that Black people should receive reparations. It's due to the actions of the United States government itself, which prohibited Black Americans from acquiring money and equal opportunities. So this matter affects me directly because I identify as an African American, and my ancestors were deprived of resources. They lost education due to slavery. This generational curse and torment still follows us today. When I apply for jobs, when I go to certain stores, I'm racially profiled. I mean, I feel it, I know it. Like, it's just the energy that you receive from a person, how they stare at you when they don't want to really help you, or they're just profiling you. The way we get paid at our jobs in the neighborhoods we live in, racism still exists. Times time that we have lost due to slavery, we can never get back. But reparations for African Americans to compensate everything we have lost trying to build back is well needed. Reparations as an idea is nothing new. Even before the Civil War ended and slavery was formally outlawed in the country, it had been a topic of discussion for generations. The American government has never provided direct reparations for slavery, financially or otherwise. The country did not formally apologize for slavery until 2009. The government has not done much to make up for slavery, but it has compensated other communities for the historical wrongs, like the Indians. Like, they get checks, they get compensated for losing their village, their land, but still slavery still exists, and still African Americans don't get compensated. Um, a century after slavery was abolished, Black Americans continued to experience institutionalized discrimination. According to experts and reparation advocates, although Black people built this country and the average white family today is around 10 times wealthier than the average Black family, more than 7 times as many white college graduates are rich as Black college graduates, making the American dream harder for some and a reality for others. This is the same U.S. government that denied African Americans wealth restored through reparations to their descendants through one-on-one cash payments sufficient to eliminate the wealth gap between Blacks and whites. Okay, so only Black Americans have not gotten reparations for state sanctioned racial discrimination. Even though some white families were able to amass enormous fortune thanks to slavery, white people were able to benefit off slavery more than Black people. American slavery was brutal and still carries a dark cloud today for African Americans. The U.S. government owes compensation to those it insisted in enslaving, as well as lost earnings, in addition to make up for those lost wages. The total amount of restitution due to each person should close the racial wealth disparity. Although there are no longer any active slaves of color over 160 years ago, slavery ended at the cost of several 100,000 Civil War casualties. The issues that many Black people now confront result from enslavement and enduring racism in society. Black people were brutalized in America by a system that destroyed the family union and devalued the individual after uprooting them from their homes in Africa. African Americans had no property after the abolition of slavery. They were denied access to education, social interactions, and economic opportunities due to their isolation and discrimination. Until they receive compensation and social racism is eradicated, Black people will continue to be at a disadvantage compared to white people and other race. As we continue to fight for freedom, justice, and slavery, as we continue to fight for freedom, justice, and slavery reparations in our country, we encourage everyone, no matter the race, to get involved and fight for what is right. And you can join our community you can join your community leaders and or your social or on social media groups like www.voicesforfreedom.org, and let us make a change together. This is why I believe that we should, as African Americans, receive slavery reparations.